Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hector, and today we're gonna watch some Noob play cEDH. In today's game, Tazri went for a hiding spot. Actually, she's as usual. I had to compress the middle. She's hiding under that player's mat, so it's gonna be a Tazri. Tazri has a bunch of weird activated creature with activated ability that allows her to tap for mana, untap force to do something, and then maybe win with Rocco, or I believe there's that Kitkin that they can tap and then untap. Oh, maybe that's Siam. I don't know if it's in Tazri. So right after, we've got a new one. We've got Kadena. Kadena is a morph commander. The first morph or disguise or whatever spell face down you put costs 3 less to cast. So the name of the game is Get Kadena Out Quickly. And then you can, every turn, you can drop a creature on the board. And then if it's a creature, you can actually flip it. And if you flip it, it has activated. There's some counter spell that you can have. There is a counter triggered ability to stop a Tessa. There's a bunch of little weird stuff that you don't see often. Rocco is of course a food chain tutor commander. Pretty much any food chain combo with Kikijiki, any birding pod combo with Vivian or birding pod. Actually, I don't run birding pod. Maybe you'll see why later. However, you find one piece, you cast Rocco to get the other piece, and you win. Right after, we've got Sisay. Sisay is a, of course, tutor commander. She is able to get pretty much any legendary in the deck with the advent of walking. No, it's not walking ballista. It's Agata's Soul Cauldron. She can tap. Well, the first search she can use Agata's Soul Cauldron. Then she can use Colorless to activate Sisay, which helps her a lot. And then you've got low CMC. Legendary creatures to make sure that you can boost Sisay's power. Maybe you'll notice something special. We received some mats for cEDH Canada, also with my logo at the bottom right, which is Noob Plays cEDH. Thank you very much to cEDH Canada to lend us for mat. So whenever a player will not have any, well, I'll always put out the mats. If somebody wants to remove it and put his mats, that's for him to decide. But I will finally stop being asked, what's your channel? And not have anything to point at to say what is my channel name. Pre-games are gone. Pre-games are gone. I'm gone. Pre-games are called. Mulligans are done. We start with Tazri. I guess I was wrong. So... yes, so this is, if you ever consider trying to buy a mat, let us know. They are expensive thanks to the tariff, but we can try to make something happen. Tazri, Tropical Island into Arbor Elf. We've got Kadena, it's Breeding Pool? Is it Breeding Pool? Anyway, it's the wow, Golgari Shockland. Then we've got Deathright Shaman for Kadena. Rocco goes and fetch a dual land. That dual land is most probably going to be a Savannah. Drops a Wirewood Symbiote. So for those that don't know Rocco, there is a nice combo between Wirewood Symbiote, Bloom Tender, and Bloom Tender, or God, I've got a brain fart. I don't remember the other name. And Falaji Wayfarer, which is kind of busted, going from not a lot of mana to making multiple Wooburg on each time you bring back, you untap and retap. So there it is. That is one of the creatures that you can tap for a mana. Then you can pay one and untap it to check one, and then you can decide to keep it at the top or mill. That way they can go through their library and cast Oracle and then win the game. So we now know that there is a win attempt on, well, it's not a win attempt, but if Tazri enters, he could actually mill until he gets Tassa's Oracle on his upkeep, draw Tassa's Oracle for his draw step, mill the rest of his library, and then he can drop Tassa's Oracle and win on the last mill. Uh-oh, he's gonna move the health counter. So I moved the health counter, the life counter, just a little bit above the commander. Let me know if it's fine or not. I don't think it really matters if I put it up there or in the middle. So bolt land, it's gonna be a sink into stupor, but on the land side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's gonna get Kadena out. And with, no, he's just dropping a morph. Okay. I'm presuming he is preparing something. Going into Rocco's turn. So Ancient Tomb. Pitching Simian Spirit Guide. And 2. Imperial Recruiter. Oh, thank God he went straight at the correct location. So I need to go grab a 1 CMC. Usually it could be Esper, but I've got a Savannah, so sometimes I will think about putting a Manador to help me out. Fabro Elder, my apologies. So the alternate to Bloom Tender is Fabro Elder. Putting Fabro in my hand. So technically Fabro in your library is a 0/0. So he has power less than 1, less than 2. Second fetch for Sisay, not doing anything. So that's it. If he gets Tazri, he's gonna be able to go somewhat infinite. Well, it doesn't go infinite, it just mill his library as he wants. Kadena's win con are also, of course it's blue-black, so they can do Tessa. The funny thing about when you morph a creature, putting a creature with morph is, it's not doing a spell, you're doing an ability, so you cannot counterspell that. And if it's a creature face down, you can special action morph it, flip it up, and this is also not a spell, so you can cheat in creature from your hand without having them countered. Of course, it's going to cost you more. Tazri is getting on the board, so now if he wants, he can tap for 1, untap his creature to pay 1, untap creature, check it at the top, mill if he wants. So end step, Sisay will double fetch. 1, 2 for Felwar Stone. So Tameo, the new Tameo, I believe that you can flip it when you draw your 3rd card in a turn. Verdant Catacomb for Rocco. I need to go get a green something. And I'm like, oh, I should have went for Savannah, but Savannah is already on the board. I could have went for Temple Garden, which is the shock white-green. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fabro Elder. Oh, such a good boy! Felia on end step for Sisay Weatherlight Captain. Felia is good to, you can exile pretty much It's exile and it's not phase out. Being able to exile pretty much anything, any stack space that you've got that is bothering you. So 1, 2, ooh, like I was saying, I got a Soul Cauldron. A Soul Cauldron is the, like I was saying, Sisay can now pay colorless to do her tutor. Tazri pointing at, I will go through my deck one by one. I check and I can mill it. Then he goes and check. Seeing Gas Cradle, Gilded Drake, Demonic Consultation. Okay, so I went back and it's a Pure Sight Marrow, a Merfolk Wizard. Azorius untap, look at the top card of your library. You may remove that card from the game so you can exile it. On his upkeep, I believe he exiled a bunch of cards until he got to something he wanted. Then he drew that card, so he doesn't have a Demonic Tutor. So I'm presuming he didn't get what he wanted. So Tazri went and tutored something. One and two. Goes for Tessa's Oracle. On cast, he look and exile his library but one card. Asking if there's a removal. Even if there is a removal, he'll be able to exile his library, the last card in his library. 1, 2. He's gonna morph a creature. It is a Kadena's Silencer. So Kadena's Silencer will, when Kadena's Silencer's turn face up, counter all abilities your opponents control. So it's not just counter, it's counter all, which is kind of decent. So he will use his Pure Sight Mirror to look at what the last card in his library. Looks like dropping Kadena on the board. Put a creature for free. Well, put a morph for something. Could be a land. Uh-oh, cell phone is not at the correct location. Surveil land. Tamio going to combat. Rocco untapping. So like I was saying at the beginning, Wirewood Symbiote and Bloomburrow Tender is a it is a somewhat secret tech. Dropping a Sacred Foundry, Naya and Tree, Rocco for Tree, dropping Phalangy Wayfarer. So Phalangy Wayfarer as a so it says it is of all color. So even if he has a color identity of green, because the ability says does not affect creature's identity, it counts as a Wooburg creature. So Bloomburrow or Faberwelder will tap for Wooburg instead of just being tapping for Naya. So I'll bounce Rocco into my hand with the Wirewood Symbiote. I'll untap Faberwelder. So Wirewood, I place it upside down to say that this turn it was used. The other ability for Phalangy Wayfarer is you can create a you can tap you can convoke multicolored creature, making Wooburg 5, convoke 6, 7, 8, Rocco for 5. So X equals 5. I'll make a I'll go get Kikijiki. Kikijiki getting on the board. So the thing I should have done is I used Kikijiki to make a copy of Warwood. Warwood will untap Fabro Elder. Fabro will tap for 5. I'm tapping a land for 6, so I'm casting Rocco for 6. X equals 3. Now Village Battle Riggers gets on the board. I untap everything. With Village Bellringer, I can make infinite mana. At some point, I can just go for combat. And then I just win the game with an infinite number of Village Bellringer. So at this point, congratulations, Rocco player. This was a good turn 4 win. Thank you everyone for being at the UniverseCollectible. This is a small place in Vaudreuil, which is west of Montreal. We are there pretty much all Thursday. Because I'm saying pretty much it's because the third Thursday of the month we are at Cornwall Gaming. So it happens once in a while. So congratulations, Rocco. If you learned anything, don't hesitate to leave a comment. I'll be happy to have a discussion with you or have a back and forth. If of course you're not subscribed yet, because there is a lot of people not subscribed, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe to help the algorithm, and I'll see you guys next game.